Happy Monday, everybody. I hope you had a great weekend. We are headed down to Gearhead Garage, the DIY place I went to before. We're gonna go there, and we're gonna pull the under trays off the Porsche, and we're gonna look at everything. We're gonna look at my paint marks. I forgot to bring my paint markers. Just thought about that. Well, I shouldn't need them. Nothing should have moved because everything was torqued. But we're gonna look at all that stuff and verify that everything's good with the function first insert, and see, did I do a good job with the torques, because everything's going to be in the same place, hopefully. And it should be really easy to do this with should be pretty easy to do this with the car being on a lift and up over my head. Should be significantly easier. So we'll be there in just a few minutes. All right, we got the Porsche up in the air, and today is Porsche Day at the DIY Garage. There's Merchan and his Boxster. He's fixing a wire issue, I believe. And I'm gonna get the cover off from under here, and then I'll show you what it looks like. All right, so you've seen this before. Here's a bracket, and here's our mount, our insert, and everything looks good. Nothing looks like it's been moving. Nothing looks broken. I'm gonna pull the bracket off. We're going to support the transmission, pull this mount out, and we're going to look at the engine mount, or transmission mount itself, and see, make sure it's good. But so far everything under here looks nice and clean. Nothing looks messed up. This is so much easier using a lift. A million times easier using a lift instead of using quick jacks on the garage floor. All right, this is 1 month of driving, probably a little less than 1,000 miles. Got everything back loose. Let's pop these off and see how they look. Actually came out real easy. I didn't think it was gonna come out that easy. After 1 month. Inserts look good. No cracks, no tears, nothing. About a month and 1,000 miles. All right, I'm gonna pop the other one out, and then we're gonna look at the mount itself. This is so much easier to do now that it's up on a lift as opposed to on the garage floor. I do this one-handed, it's tough though. There we go. Number 2. It's a little piece missing there. I think that was from the install. But this is what's important. They look good. Yep, looks good. All right, let's look at the mount itself. Mount looks really good. Look at it from the other side. There we go. Yeah, transmission mount looks good. Let's move it around, make sure it's not. This is where I'm mostly concerned. Any cracks or anything? That side's good. Let's look at the other side. No tears. Maybe zoom out a little bit. It looks good to me. All right, let's look at from the other point side. Scoot out there. I've got less space on this side, but do the same thing. Does flex pretty good though. I don't see any tears or any cracks. Oh, look on the back side. All right, before I get this all buttoned up, I wanted to show you on the flex drive. You see this is my line, my paint mark with the torque, so nothing has moved. With the tires on, it's easier to turn this. And you can see everything is still where I left it, which is good. This looks good. None of these have moved. Forgot to put paint mark on these, but that's fine. I mostly did it on these because I did this one on the bench. These I can do from right here right now, but I know they're fine. Also with these, I noticed it on the video, my first video when I removed the OEM ones, the original ones that were just foam, the bigger tabs were facing the front. So I had this backwards. So I flipped it around and I noticed it was rubbing on here. So if you haven't installed these yet, install these to the front. There's more space here. It's not gonna hit this. And because of this corner on here on the PDK. All right, just gotta button this back up. You can see I'm clearly standing under the car. I'm just gonna button this all back up and then we'll get the car back on the road and then we'll go drive. So we are done. Car looks good. The inspection, that's all this today was an inspection. It was no fixing anything, no changing anything, it was an inspection. And I can't say the car rides better or worse because we didn't do anything. But I am very happy that after looking at the car and inspecting it, that there are no issues with it whatsoever. I love this car. I love this car. But very, very happy that after a month, it hasn't been a month with a flex disc, but happy to say that even after a month, the inserts were just fine. Transmission mount, actually, that's something I didn't do before. I didn't check it the way I did, looking at it for cracks specifically and moving it around, putting that screwdriver in there and moving it around. It did have a little bit more flex than I like, which I could probably just replace it. The problem is I've looked at everything I could find, and I can find the replacement transmission mount, but I could not find the replacement or the tool for it. Now it looks like it's easy access. You could probably just make your tool. But if someone has, please tell me what size or what diameter they used, because it looks like once you get the support stuff out of the way, you can go straight at it from either side. It looks pretty easy to change, and you do not, in my opinion, you don't have to take the transmission out of the car. So if Porsche tells you that, that's not true. It's plenty of access to remove it, to get it out without taking the transmission out of the car. So I'm so happy I was able to come back to Gearhead Garage. It's the second time I've used them. Love the lifts are perfect. They work really good. So that's all we're gonna do for today. I'm still thinking about the other part, the throttle body and IPD plenum. I don't know if we're gonna do that. We're just gonna enjoy this afternoon rush hour traffic, because what else can we do?